Bard is so good in this situation. It could have been the Nico we saw hovered as well. I think either of these picks really fit the bill. I think the only one I would have not really liked would have been like a Karma here. You just don't really need that. So he's down a flash here. Sure, it's a trade of flashes, but you feel fantastic about this one. So I'm going to look for a redive. I don't know about this.
Well, if at first you don't succeed, try again, everyone. That's what you're supposed to do.
He lives.
Almost goes down. Perfect is going to be able to get the rest of these minions.
To the Jace. So Zeus picks up an even larger lead here in this matchup. And this was the matchup I was most unhappy about in terms of what they did with this draft.
Yep. I mean, it's a rough matchup, but we do see Scions just picked so that they can exist and then be more valuable later. He's also able to get some grasp procs here, which is kind of nice.
Resistance shred on his Gatling gun. Doctom.
A little bit of a tag there from Doctom onto Zeus. Only level 5. Spear going to miss, as we can see, but the sidestep has to come in, so Zeus knows he will not be able to get away. Frost shot just a little bit too strong, and Doctom able to put down the Jace. That is great here for KT.
It was hype earlier this season. They got a pentakill on Ashe in the Scion composition. If you have that front to back, it is very strong.
Oh yeah, Peanut in a little bit of trouble here as the Impale just avoided on both sides. Gorgeously played here by KT. The takedown not quite enough as Peanut pushes Cuz into the wall. Peter is following them though as the Winter's Bite comes down. Viper cleanses the slow. They get rid of the Victor, and now Cuz has pounced back in. The drive-by onto the Scorpion. And what's like, KT, how are they all still alive?
I mean, they just played it so well there, and Peanut gets caught in the jungle. All the attention there in the middle of the map around Peanut's jungle. There's no attention here to the bottom side, but Perfect has held his own.
Yeah.
Will actually even make Zeus tanky turret shot there, but
away here by Perfect, but I don't think he misses out on too much. Deathray is able to clear up the backline pretty comfortably now. And so I think that the Victor is going to be A-OK. Peanut moving in, looking for a little bit of a target. The arrow going to come on through here from Doctom, but there are a lot of bad guys in this area, and he is just dead. Cut down by the piercing arrow. Nicely played there by Viper. Cuz gets here a little bit too late as now BDD and Zeus are fighting. Perfect will show up though. Roar the Slayer to slow him down. The flash comes in, but the rocket is prepared.
Maybe you were onto something today, Atlas.
Well, I did say it had to be a 2-0, so KT would definitely still be disappointing if they win.
If they lose game 1, the only way to make that 50-50 is to win game 2.
Oh yeah, and then we're up to a fresh 50-50 from that point on, I guess.
Zeka is in trouble and likely dead.
He is, yeah, definitely big time not alive.
The reason why that last play happened, too, we'll probably get a replay of, man, Zeka, he looked unhappy about what went down just there. He turned the tide, but the mid lane was controlled by Perfect. He pushed the wave in, then they made a play bottom side where they basically tempted Zeka to go down, right? They like drew him in, Peanut had that opportunity there, and then they got away.
It looked like a lot of other Skarners we've had in the LCK. It just doesn't feel like it's the same power level as Zeka. Zeka is really going to struggle to get out of the way of this one. Peanut's going to move over, but it looks like with a flash, it is going to work out here for Zeka. And the kitty cat going to get closed in on by Viper, who locks down yet another one.
Cuz he was able to outplay the Impale last time, but not this time.
That looked really close.
It was really close. Zeus in this top lane matchup as well as BDD.
Yeah, he's going to have to find a direction to Valkyrie. Does so. Magical Journey comes on through. The flash forward from Delight gets the flash out from BDD. And the Arcane Storm comes in. Will he have his Valkyrie available? The answer is he doesn't need it because he's got a Braum coming up. As Perfect has just gone battle Scion now. As he won't find the Roar of the Slayer, but does hit a little Q onto Zeus. The flash forward. Spear will connect. And Cuz able to get on over there to at least watch him go down.
All right, Zeka's going to get a turret in exchange here, but that is a massive win. And the Scion starting to really come online here as well after that play. You can see Peter is up on the top side of the map to deny any sort of rotation over. Peanut seen on this ward. Yep. Backs will be stopped, so great play there. Going to get this Herald as Hanwha Life scramble to try to make a cross map happen in the bottom side of the jungle where Zeus has prio there. And they're not really
in 40 seconds as well. If they get the Herald, use that to crash mid, they create so much added control.
I mean, Zeka went for Blackfire Torch first, which is not going to help him in the side lane really at all. I mean, look at him pushing the bottom lane. I think they're just simply going to give this up. I mean, he can TP in, but it's going to be very awkward to force a fight.
And you never want to give it up. You never want to let him down, Wolf.
No.
But it's what's going to happen this time around. Peanut not going to be able to get in there, and Cuz should be able to lock this one through. There it goes. And now Zeus could be in trouble. Remember, Perfect doesn't have the ulti, but he's still so sticky, able to slow down this Jace. He's walking the wrong direction, and BDD, if Perfect doesn't have the damage, BDD definitely does.
It's just kind of bizarre decision-making in that moment. I understand the idea of just letting the Drake go and trying to push Zeus into the side, but he, of course, is on vision. Somebody has to come shadow him, at least, if you're going to give the Dragon. He has no idea where they are.
Yeah, and whoever has the vision has so much control. Because they have all of those poke tools, HLE going to move in, but they're not going to be contesting this Cloud Soul. As Peanut wanting to set up for a potential impale. He'll find a Braum who has the door up. They still manage to take him down, though, as the Tempered Fate will connect onto Cuz. Great double knock up here as now Zeus is out of the fight, and BDD is so incredibly big. Viper unable to stand and deliver with these auto attacks. And KT, they've got the Cloud Soul. They had to sacrifice Peter.
They just cannot stay.
Yeah, and the reason... okay, never mind. We've got a bit of a fight here as Delight is already very dead. Peanut crashes on forward, but the turret is going to go down. And now Zeus off on a flank angle is going to nail Doctom with that Shock Blast, actually picking the gap there quite beautifully.
Line here for Doctom. It's going to go fast.
Yep, information goes over, though, so HLE, they know what's up. And Delight can throw down the Tempered Fate. Arrow is going to connect onto Peanut, sorry. And they get rid of him. Great knock up there just to make sure that the Skarner is not getting out, because this could equal Baron time as well, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, that was so well played. Peter goes over there, identifies exactly where the Skarner is. They put an arrow on him. He can't steal. And that's Otacon. Viper, where are you going?
Well, the train has left the station, and so has Viper. They do get a fantastic Tempered Fate, but the Arcane Storm does absolutely nothing. Perfect just gets into the mix, but Zeus takes out Peter. It's a noble sacrifice, though. And down goes Viper as well, who was just a little bit of an Owen Wilson there behind enemy lines. Not able to get it done. KT, they'll go back to what they wanted to do before, and they have had a monopoly on these objectives, only losing out on, I think maybe, no, nothing.
That's
actually
fine.
Nothing. Every neutral objective has gone to KT this game.
Yeah, though, every single one. That sign that we keep showing is this, Cuz has to live for KT to live.
And they don't have cards. That's how it kind of works.
Yeah, but it's, yeah, more or less.
Yeah, so it's a rough time. Let's just say that as far as objectives are concerned and extra stats and stuff like that. So well coordinated.
Yeah, and it's like
every every arrow that comes out is followed by like a smite happening, and Peter is now caught, but he flashes away. It's a different story here. Is now Peter. I'm not sure about that one, Peanut, but the Tempered Fate not really doing anything for HLE's benefit. KT had just spared some turret shots.
It's KT also in this game where they're constantly holding on to the control. You know, they're never letting it go. They're taking a lead and pushing it so well. And we haven't seen KT get as many leads as they'd like to, especially some of the early game drafts they've picked. But this time, they were able to get it early, and they just won't let it go. And I'm not making any errors. Zeka, on the other hand, is making a big error here.
Yep. There is an Elder Dragon. Some bounty gold coming on through here, but there's the dragon comes down from the sky. Winter's Bite is pretty powerful.
And
Passive Blow's procced, and that is the main wave clear now dead. KT are just marching it up this bottom lane, and this is even more decisive than game number 1.
And I stand by. I don't think this draft was better for KT, but sometimes comfort can be enough, man. And
oh, yeah.
Perfect on this tank, Cuz on his Nidalee, Doctom on his iconic Ashe.
BDD on this Corki that he's like dominating on, watching him Valkyrie over this base gate, looking like he's having the best time ever.
Sometimes if you're just the better team.
Yep. BDD just walking the dog, man. Look at him go. There it is. Taking down the Jace. Peanut going to get snagged by the arrow, and it doesn't matter how many times he gets Mikhail's, he is still dead. Down goes Viper as well. It's a double kill here for BDD on the 9-0-4 Corki. There goes the Nexus, and KT, they'll take game number 2. Don't ask me what it means, but it was an impressive game from KT.
Will KT be the first team to punish?
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.